Want to save the environment? Get on your bike. And here in Amsterdam it makes perfect sense, and it's very pleasant too. But we all know that Holland is flat. Most of us have our ups and downs to cope with every day, and in any case we're just not ready to junk the family jalopy. But with governments ever more ready to tax for poor emissions, with shouts of knock your socks off, socks as in sulphur emissions, you understand, car manufacturers are racing to create a new kind of car, tuned to help us breathe more easily. And this is the very latest, the quirkily attractive Daihatsu Sirion. Now, the people at Daihatsu have been very busy because this is the 5th new model to be released in just 14 months. And I have to say it's a darn sight more attractive than the ludicrously named Popemobile lookalike, the Daihatsu Move. There are 2 models, the Sirion Plus and the Sirion. This is the Plus model, top of the range. Both models have a 1-litre engine, and Daihatsu say that it's not only amongst the most fuel efficient, it's also amongst the cleanest. But surely all this swampy-esque environmentalism isn't going to have people clamouring to the showrooms with their deposits. No, say Daihatsu, it's not just clean and green, it's also a mean machine. Let's find out. So, off we go. 0 to 60 in, how long have you got? Just over 15 seconds. That's certainly a bit mean. But it has a top speed of about 90 miles an hour, and what's impressive to me is that a 1-litre engine can sometimes scream at those top speeds, but the ride quality is extremely good, and at the top end, the top speeds, it's remarkably quiet for a small car. Very good indeed. This version has the 5-speed manual gearbox with a link rod system, which means that changing between gears is extremely crisp. Also, automatic transmission is available on both of these models. Well, let's have a look at what's happening underneath the bonnet. The new 3-cylinder engine is the heart of the Sirion. It uses twin camshafts and 4 valves per cylinder and ranks as one of the world's most efficient petrol engines. The camshafts are driven by scissors gears, and the engine revs very smoothly, produces good torque. A catalyser also lowers CO, HC and NOx emissions. Even with a 54 brake horsepower engine, the result is one of the lowest fuel consumption figures of any passenger car, at 51 miles per gallon for the manual version and 44 miles per gallon for the automatic. It's the best in its class. Meanwhile, let's take another look at the shape, which I like a lot. The shoulders are flared out, which makes it look wider than it actually is. And the Plus version has a rear spoiler, which you can bet has no practical use whatsoever in a car of this size, but looks rather fetching. And chrome is back in a rather sleek way on the bumpers and along the side. Nice big bug eyes at the front as well. Boot space, a respectable 235 litres. Value for money. The basic Sirion comes in at just under £8,000. The Sirion Plus, fully loaded, £9,500, which is actually cheaper than, say, the Vauxhall Corsa or the Nissan Micra. And there are some elegant specs. For instance, driver and passenger airbags as standard, side airbags down here for the Sirion Plus, side impact bars too, power assisted steering, and also electrically controlled front and back windows here on the Sirion Plus, an engine immobiliser, and here's a nice little American touch down here, cup holders for all those fizzy drinks. But here is the car's best trick. How about this? Fold flat door mirrors. Very neat. It also has a pretty decent stereo system with 4 speakers in the Plus and 2 speakers in the basic model.
Tamelijk gepeperde uitspraken over de rol van de Joden en brachten dat op een ongelukkige wijze, denk ik, in verband met het lijden van de Joden.
Couldn't agree more. Whether it was the styling or the colour, this little Sirion did turn a few Dutch heads out on the road. Except for the guy who really fancied himself in his 1982 Daihatsu Quarry. Now they don't make them like that anymore.